Hello everybody, hopefully I'm live. How is everybody? Thanks for joining. I'll just mute that. There you go. Let's see who we've got in. First we had Ali, thank you for joining. Kez, thanks for joining. Thrifting Lounge. Richard, who's my brother, thanks for coming in. Dave, thanks for joining. Chris B. Stu Mandry. Oh yeah. Jamie's in. Hello. Ian Cummings. Chris Tyler. Thanks everybody for joining. I thought I'd come live because I've just reached my 1,000 subscribers, so I thought I'd do a bit of a question and answer, and yeah, see how live streams suit me. So I've been in a few on other people's channels, and I think I've done about 3 lives myself in the past, quick ones. So I hope all the sound's good. Let me know if it's not, and I'll adjust some volumes and stuff like that in the StreamYard, but hopefully it's okay. Let me know if it's not. Hiya Matt. Hiya Marie. Hiya John. Hi Tommy, thanks for joining. Yeah, I don't think Andrew's in yet. So yeah, if you've got any questions for me, drop them in the chat. I was going to do a bit of a background into how I got to the point I'm at in my reselling, and that will probably cover Dave's question there, how long have I been peddling the tat? So I'll do that in a minute. Hiya Peter, thanks for joining. Hi Joanne. So, oh, hi Leanne. Yeah, I'm just going to make a few people a spanner in the chat as well, because I think at the moment Richard has the sole duty. So I'll just spanner a few people up if they don't mind. If you don't want to be spannered up, then let me know. I'll just figure out how to do it. Here we go. I suppose I can make Andrew a moderator. So let me just check on the chat again. Hi Kath, thanks for joining. Hi Michelle. Hi Gary. I think I've caught up with the chat now. Yeah, so as I said, I thought I'd go live because I just reached 1,000 subscribers, so I thought there might be a few people who don't know my background and that sort of thing. So a brief background into my reselling. I started back in the late 90s going to car boot sales. And I used to buy things like old TVs, old cassette recorders, that sort of thing, clean them up and then resell them the following week. Not for very much money. I was still at school at this point. And then about a year after that, I progressed onto like a market stall, still on a Sunday, like a car boot sale, but it was a proper sort of market, had my own sort of regular pitch there. Repeat customers and stuff. And I used to build computers and sell computer software. And that brought me up to the point where I moved to Dundee. because I used to live in the West Midlands. I got a job up here, games programming, and then I stopped doing car boots and eBay at that point. Oh, ka-ching! First ka-ching of the live. That's good. And then I got back into reselling about 3 years ago, and I went full time in August 2018. And that's brought me to where I am now, really, just building up the eBay business, selling general tat. And I've been doing the YouTube for, I think it's just under 2 years now. So, just building it up gradually. Yeah, so if anybody's got any questions in the chat, that would be good. I thought I'd do a Q&A to begin with. And I've got a boot sale haul to do and an auction haul. So I'll show you some things I picked up at the weekend. Let's have a look at the chat, see if I can see any questions. Hi, Gary. I'm not sure if I already said that. Hi, Damien. Nice to see you in here. Hi, Crony G Crone. Yeah, the week on eBay has been pretty good. It slowed down over the weekend, but I had quite a good day today, which is good. Although I had to do a big refund of £250, which wasn't great, but that's the nature of the beast, isn't it? Oh, Matt's got a question. Are you originally from Wolverhampton? Yes. Well, I was born in Dunstable, but I lived in Wolverhampton pretty much all my life up until the point I left for Scotland. I think my parents moved to Wolverhampton when I was like 1 or 2 or something. So yeah, I went to all my schools in Wolverhampton and stuff. I still go down there to see my parents and see Richard occasionally. Has Dave got man flu? Hope it gets better soon. Hi, Georgina. Hi, you're back. Oh, here you go. Easy question. Who was the first YouTuber you found? Well, I didn't really know there was any resellers on YouTube. It didn't really occur to me until my brother came up, and he showed me, I think he showed me Nick first and then Zahir. And this was before I was full-time and before I was even like doing it properly part-time. I think I'd started to sell a few more things again after my big break from reselling after working. And yeah, he showed me Nick Hills and Zahir. I think it was the Tat Chat I watched. And then he was up here for a week or something and then left. And I carried on watching the YouTube channels and gradually just ended up finding everybody else from that. But yeah, I think it was Nick and Zahir on the Tat Chat. So I think that was the first YouTube channel I watched. No, it wasn't any mental, I'm afraid. Although I think Andrew's channel is probably the one I've been on the most live, since on Drinking with Andrew, probably, or Cooking with Andrew, or Cleaning, one of those. Yeah, it's all your fault, Richard. You've been around all the charity shops. Yeah, I can occasionally drop into a charity shop or two on my way back from the parcel shop. I try to avoid them because I always end up buying stuff, and then I don't seem to make very good money on it. I think I'm not that great looking at charity shops, really. I'm more in my element at auctions and car boots. Best sale. I think my best single sale, I think I've mentioned this before on various channels, is some CB equipment, some CB radio equipment or amateur radio equipment. I still don't really know what it was for, but it had a huge aerial. I think I've still got the aerial in my death piles because I can't actually post it because it's like 3 meters long. But yeah, I bought some of this radio equipment at auction, and I think it cost me might have been £200. It was my biggest sale, biggest purchase at the time, and yeah, I sold it very quickly for over 600. So that was probably my best sale, mainly because it was my biggest first sale. Other than that, I got a big electronics haul, and I made lots of money from that, all from that one pickup. And I've still got some of that stuff, and it still trickles away. So yeah, I think the best one sale was that radio equipment. So let's see what else there is here. Hi Zahir, nice to see you in here. Hi RJ. Hi Andy. You got a question as well. How was going full time? Was full time a difficult decision? Any regrets? No, I'm enjoying being full time. I think sometimes I do. I think everybody's probably the same. When you have slow times and things like that on the business, you sometimes think, oh, is it a lot easier just to get a job and stuff? But then I think about the commutes. I think about the long days, because what I did before was programming, computer programming, and there was a lot of overtime. And yeah, I mean, I could be working from 8 o'clock in the morning to 11 o'clock at night. And yeah, it was really long days. So yeah, I really like the benefit of just being able to work when I want and do as much as I want, and as much as I need. Yeah, so I don't really have any regrets, although sometimes it does cross my mind on those bad days, but luckily I don't have too many of them. So yeah, I'm quite happy of how the reselling is going. I did choose to leave my job, as in resign. So yeah, it was a big decision at the time. But I built up the business to a certain point where I would have covered all my bills and that sort of thing. And it was just the time to try and see if I could make a go of it. And I was a bit burnt out in the games programming at that point. So yeah, no regrets really, no. See if there's any more. Yeah, I was actually looking at my videos the other day to see the views and stuff over my channel, and I saw the video that had the one where I announced I was going full time. So yeah, quite a lot's gone on since then, and yeah, things are good. Hi Lainey. Hi Jason. Let me see if there's any more questions here. There you go, one from Stu Mandry. Question: is there anything you've sold once but would never touch again? let me think. I'm sure there probably is. I probably will end up selling it again, but I don't think I'm going to actively go out and buy stuff. It's clothing. I bought quite a lot of clothing fairly recently, and I've been listing it, but I really struggle with it. So I think once I've cleared what I've already got, which is actually quite a lot of stuff I've still got to list, I probably won't be buying too much clothing again. I just don't really enjoy it. I prefer like hard goods. Other than that, I think I've also bought some records, some sort of vinyl records, and yeah, I don't think I would do them again either. There's researching each one and stuff like that is a lot of work. I have still got some that I'm bundling up. So I think that's probably it's probably clothing really, although I probably will end up selling something like that again. But I really struggle with listing clothing. So yeah, I'll probably say that. Do you think we'll get a cooking with Derek? Probably not. Probably won't be. And my reliance on charity shops finding a well-worn pair of Logstain was the final straw. Yeah, I never see any Logs or anything like that. Who's the better reseller, you or Richard? You say. I'm not sure. I'll probably say Richard. I think he's been doing it a little bit longer than me, and he picks up a lot of good stuff. Hi, Carly Flipper. Hi, Derek. What's the most you've invested in a single item, and was it worth a risk? A single item, let me think. I remember I bidded up really high on an Amiga CD32 console at auction, and it went a little bit higher than I really wanted it to. I think I was actually live. I actually live streamed that auction, and I spent more than I wanted to, but I did get my money back and made a bit of a profit. Not enough to warrant the amount I paid. I can't remember the exact figures, but it was like I bought it for like £150 and sold it for £200. It wasn't really worth it with the risk, but I ended up spending quite a lot on it. And if it was broken, I would have lost money. And that was the risk. I think I don't know if I got carried away, but I think I lost sight of the fact that it could be broken, and I could have ended up losing money on that. But luckily it was okay, and I did actually make some money. So that was probably the most I'm investing in one single item, as far as I can remember. I buy quite a lot at auction that is quite highly priced sometimes. But yeah, most of the time, I very rarely make a loss. I think I've only made a loss on a couple of things on all the items I've purchased in the past, because I usually buy them with the view if they're broken, I'll get my money back. So, but yeah, I think that was the CD32 was the single most invested item, if I remember correctly. Let's see. Hiya, Picker Flipper. Nice to see you in here. Yeah, it's very stressful and long hours, although I do really enjoy it, and I'm getting to the bit where I'm missing programming now, getting that itch to do something, but I really don't want to take my eye off the ball with the reselling for now. But longer term, I would like to do some sort of app or something like that. But at the moment, then I really got to concentrate on the reselling. I'm retired from sourcing this year, maybe next year. Yeah. Heard that before. I actually went to my first car boot sale this year, this weekend. So I was going to do a haul in a minute with that, which I'll get onto in a second. Problem with Amiga stuff, especially CD32, is that the capacitors need replacing. Yeah, all this sort of stuff didn't occur to me at the time. So yeah, it was a risk, and luckily it paid off. But yeah, it was. I paid way too much. I think I paid like £50 more than I'd written down on my piece of paper. So yeah, it was too much. Also did the same. I didn't have it. It wasn't too much to spend, but I bought some BBC Micros, which I believe there's something wrong with the power packs with them, and you've got to replace something on them as well. And one of them had a burning smell, and I actually sold it for spares and repairs. And I did really well on it. I made a really good profit on it. But yeah, things like that, you need to know more. If you're going to bid really high on things, you really need to know more about the risks involved and what might need replacing, which I'm good with certain things. I do know certain things, but other things I don't. So sometimes you just get carried away, I guess. Let me just see if there's any more questions. Oh, here you go. There's a jumble sale at Cremon Kirk on 14th of March. All right. Oh, let me write that down, because 14th March, Cremon. Yeah, that'd be quite good. If I'm around, I'll definitely go to that. I went to a jumble sale. I went to 2 jumble sales actually just before Christmas and did really well off them. So yeah, I'll definitely go to that if I'm around. And yeah, if I see you there, well, I probably won't know who you are, but yeah, if you see me there, then yeah, come along and say hello. Let me see. Apologies if I've missed anybody or any questions here. Hi, John. Hi, Derek, and all. Manchester Challenge. Oh, that's the meetup. Yeah, maybe. Well, I don't think anybody will be sober enough to go to a car boot sale on the Sunday. Let's have a look. 45 people, 0 possibilities of death. Well, we all know my chair's a bit dodgy, so that could well collapse at any point. So there is a bit of a risk of death. But yeah, there's no cooker here or fires here or anything like that. Let's have a look. Pete Harrison, hiya. Thanks for joining. Hiya, Ashley. Victoria Plum, thank you. Thanks for joining. Don't enjoy selling clothes either. Yeah, I saw that. That was after I had one. I actually had 2 of them, and one smelt like burning when I turned it on, and I did actually sell it. And I said it was smelling of fire. The other one worked perfectly. I think they both actually powered on, but one of them just had a horrible smell coming out of it. No, I've not fixed the chair. I've lost one of the screws. Hi, Elaine. Question: is there any part of the computer programming you miss? Yeah, I enjoy like problem solving and that sort of thing. And that was a big part of my job, was to once the game had been more or less done, and you started to get like bug fixes coming in and trying to figure out what the problem was and that sort of thing. I quite enjoyed that part. And as I said before, I'm getting a little bit sort of itchy to do something, but I really want to concentrate on the reselling at the moment. But I would like to do some sort of reselling app, mainly for my own personal use. So when I'm at the boot sale, I can do something and search stuff up in the way I want to, customize for exactly my needs. That's something I would like to do, but at the moment, yeah, I'm just going to concentrate on the reselling. Let me have a look. I've heard Audi side it is a fixer. Well, I've got a can of Taurus here. There it is. Andrew's not the only channel who is a Taurus supporter. It's got a screw loose. Somebody had to say it. Yeah, this is true. Let's have a look. I think that's I've got down to the bottom of the questions. Oh, Car Boot Mania is the common one. High returns rate on VCRs, DVD players. No, I think I've only had one be returned. Well, he actually opened a return request, but never actually sends it back. So no, I never see them again once I've sent them. Yeah, I think I'm quite lucky in that way, because I hear quite a few people get them back after they've copied their DVDs or copied their VC videos onto a DVD. Then they're finished with the DVD player, the VHS player, so they send it back. But I don't seem to get that problem, which I'm quite pleased with. Are you looking for Audi sponsorship too? Yeah, that'd be good. If they sponsor me before Andrew, I'll be pleased. Yeah, I don't know. I'm in talks with Audi at the moment. So, yeah, I think they prefer my channel, Andrew. Right, so I'll do a bit of a boot sale haul, but keep on firing in the questions. If you've got a question, stick big question in capitals so I don't miss it. But, yeah, I'll show a few things I got at the boot sale. No clothing to be seen here, by the way. It's all electricals and things. Yeah, so I bought 2 of these vintage hi-fi things. These were cheap. I think it was £10 for the 2, plus another item I'm about to show you. But the cords have been cut. So whether they've been dumped, because I know when you take things to the tip, they often cut the cord. But I think I wrote this down, and I think I've got an amplifier that is worth about £70 if working, and this is the tuner. It's worth about £30 if it's working. So they're in really good condition, apart from the fact the cords have been cut. So if they work, then there should be a lot of profit in that. I bought this Amstrad Walkman, CD Walkman. Obviously, it's not a Sony. I don't think that was very much money, but it was worth picking up for the cost. Hiya, Selena. I bought a bundle of these Fisher-Price vintage toys as well. Little Snoopy, the turtle one, and the telephone. I've actually got some of these already on eBay, but I'm going to bundle these ones because selling them separately, really, I don't think it's worth it. I think I've got one of these on sale for about £10 delivered. So I think I'm going to bundle the lot and then sell them as a bundle for, I don't know, maybe £20 or something like that. Picked up this, which is a vintage Fisher-Price cash register. It looked good, and I think it's worth about £30. But unfortunately, when I got it home, I realised that there's supposed to be a cover here for the batteries, so that's obviously going to affect the value. It's a nice little item, so it's worth. I think it was about £4, £4 or £5, I think. But yeah, it could be better. But I've never had one of these, so I do like selling this sort of thing. This is the item I got with the Sanyo radio and amplifier for the £10. It's a vintage C&C. You pull the cord and the thing spins. Unfortunately, as you can hear, there's no actual sound coming out of it. And I've looked on YouTube, and there's a belt, there's a rubber band in there that's probably perished. But to get these open, these are actually glued all the way around. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to fix it. I'm just going to sell it as it is. But it's in really nice condition. All these, the sticker on here is not all peeling and ripped and stuff. And it's got some sort of mouse here where I haven't actually seen one with this design. So I'm going to aim high on it and hopefully make a decent profit on that. I'm guessing maybe £20, something like that for that. Down there. Picked up this game for £1. Can't really go wrong with it for £1, but I have already got one and it hasn't sold yet. So, but for £1, you can't argue, can you? This was another nice vintage piece with a head, and you turn this, and it pulls the hair in, so you can have different hairstyles and things. These go for quite a lot, I think. I think I wrote it down. I think I might get about sort of £30 for it. Prices were all over the place, but it's got a box and it's got a couple of the curlers with it. Hasn't got any combs or anything like that with it. But yeah, it's quite a nice little piece, and I think that was a couple of £1. And from the same stall, I got this. This should be really good if it's complete. I haven't checked it yet. I think these go for about £50 to £60 or something if they're all complete. Whether I'll keep these board games until Q4, I don't know. I might just put them away and then list them next October, November time. The same stall, I got this vintage Kaplunk as well. And a Slinky, which I've got the box for as well, so that's good. Put those there. Yeah, and I also went to an auction. At the auction, I bought some more board games. Nothing very exciting, really. Vintage Game of Life. A Totopoly. Tournament Golf, which I'm assuming probably isn't worth a lot. Game of Knowledge. These were £5 for the lot, so can't really lose with that at all. Just pop that down. Picked up this for £10, which should be really good. I think this particular model goes for about it's about £70, something like that. Not tested it yet, but fingers crossed it will work. It's a Sanyo C3 Ghetto Blaster. It's in nice condition as well. It needs a bit of a clean, but it's made in Japan. Can't really go wrong for £10, can you? Sharp boombox. Again, I think this was £5. And this cassette recorder as well. I think this is one of those things where you schools probably used them and they played like French or German or something, and you could connect headphones in and you could hear the translation. This doesn't seem to be worth that much, probably about £20. But it's the sort of thing I like to sell. Let's just have a look at the chat, see if anybody's got any more questions. Sorry if I'm missing anybody. There's quite a few people come in. Hiya, Carl. Hiya, Aid. Thanks for joining. Hiya, Stephanie. Oh, rummage around, made £400 in my first 10 days. I'm happy I've started this. Oh, well done. Original Ghost Castle type. Yeah, that board game is very, very much like Ghost Castle. That's what, as soon as we saw it, we thought that's got to be worth something. So, yeah, definitely should do well off that. Even spares, I saw somebody selling one that was incomplete for about £25. So definitely going to be good money in there. I'm sure it was only a couple of pound, if I remember rightly. Oh my God, these look like all my stock. List them at Q4 prices now. Hi, Bailey, by the way. Yeah, that's what I thought I'd do, because I said to myself last year, after storing all those board games up over the year and then listing them, I might as well list them at Q4 prices straight away and then just leave them. And yeah, I probably should do that, because that was what I thought sort of last November when I started listing everything, because I find that I don't get to list it all. There's still board games I've got in my storage I haven't got listed because there was just no time to list it all. So yeah, it's probably a good idea to put it on now at Q4 prices and just wait. Find these items once sold. Yeah, once they're listed, I've got a good system, shelving system. It's before they get listed where they end up getting into a big pile of random chaos, and then I just work through it. So look. Hi, Trotters into eBay traders. That's it's either Jamie or it's Jimmy. I think it's Jimmy, isn't it? I did know what it was. Yeah, it's Jimmy. I'm sure it is. It's because of Car Boot Chris, that is. He confused me. I had it all right in the first place, and then he started saying it was the wrong name. It got me confused. Yeah, I'm sure it's Jimmy, so thanks for joining. Yeah, I've got everything in the 90s Argos book, yeah. Yeah, pretty much. I'm sure everything's in here somewhere. Have you got much of a backlog to list? Yes, there's quite a big backlog. I've got a room that is full, and I've got a corridor that is sort of half full, and there's various bits dotted around my office. And that was one of the reasons I haven't been sourcing this month. I'm trying to work my way through it, but yeah, it's not really making a dent. I've just got too much of it. But yeah, I am working my way through it. Yeah, that's what I did last year. Waited till Q4. But yeah, like I said before, it might just be worth listing it now at higher prices, as long as you don't get tempted to take a lower offer. I'm still selling board games. I sold 2 today, so yeah, they're still selling, and that's still at the Q4 inflated prices. Yes, hit that thumbs up button if you don't mind. That would be great. Thanks. Let's have a look. He's sat on his backlog. Yeah, there's no chair here. I'm just sitting on all the tat. I've owned a turtle, but Little Slop is my cousin's in very good condition. Oh, is that this guy? Yeah, I've already got one on sale. I think it's really cheap as well. Nobody wants it. But yeah, I'm going to bundle them this time. Hiya, Brum Reseller. Yeah, I think that's the way forward, isn't it? Yeah, the Snoopy dog. You can get a big Snoopy dog and the smaller one. I've had them both, and they do well. I think they're the better ones out of those 3. Yeah, as I said, I sold 2 today. Right, so I thought for the latter half of this live stream, I'll get a couple of guests on. So I'll just message them with a link. If I can figure out how to get the link. Invite, copy to clipboard. All right. Right, I've sent the link out to a couple of guests. If you want to join, that would be great. What else we got? Yeah, you're very welcome to come on if you want, Andrew. No pressure. Yeah, I only pick certain ones up. Oh, we have a guest. We have 2 guests. Let's add these guys on.
Hello.
Go.
Hello.
Oh.
Hello. Thank you for joining me.
Yes, it's time to bring the star power to the TatPeddler's channel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Richard's not here yet. What are you talking about?
Oh.
I'm the star. Peter's the power. Peter the power ray.
Yes, I'm here.
Thanks very much for joining me.
Anytime.
Your first live, what a moment, and how grateful we all are to share it with you. It's great.
Yeah. I mean, I have been live for I think I was live for about 20 minutes once when I was showing the auction stuff for Nick and Andrea's charity auction.
All right.
Didn't
you do a live sales update once?
I did one at an auction.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
I think I live streamed that CD32 one as well.
Something like that. Yeah. And by the way, how's my sound? By the way, I'm using a new arm thing.
None of those lives count because I wasn't on it.
Oh, shame.
Your first live. True story.
Yeah,
Hello, Richard.
Sounds good.
Hi, Richard, mate.
Oh yeah, thanks for joining.
I've got my new drink of choice, Aldi squash. No more Taurus cider for me. I'm retired from drinking.
Oh, well,
that's terrible.
Give it a week.
There'll be a Valentine's Day special on Friday. Drinking tea with Andrew, folks.
Tea with Andrew. Okay.
Why tea? Surely it should be something romantic. A romantic drink.
I refuse to acknowledge the existence of romance.
Oh, shame.
So how's everybody's sales been the last couple of days?
What
Yeah,
are they?
about average, I suppose.
I've just sold 3 computer games to a bloke who lives down the street.
Sweet.
So that was pleasing because that will save on the delivery cost.
Will you tell him you're going to deliver them, or are you just going to?
I'm just going to put my Hermes uniform on and turn up.
Yeah.
I dropped someone off this morning, but I just sent it. It's about 2 or 3 miles away.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, I drove somewhere once. It was worth it, sort of financial wise, because it was quite a heavy item. But I couldn't find his house at all, so I ended up going there, giving up, and then I actually ended up sending it Royal Mail because I thought Hermes got. If I can't find it, Hermes have got no chance. So I ended up sending it Royal Mail, Parcel Force or something.
Mhm.
And, yeah, it got there, but. Yeah, that was a bit of a complete waste of time. So yeah, I do tend to just send them now, unless it's like really, really local. Let's have a look, see if there's any other questions. If you see anything in the chat, let me know.
okay.
The chat is just saying how brilliant I look, and
Where?
Aid said I look good after the gym workout. I mean, I haven't been to the gym, so Christ knows how I look. It would look like I've been to the gym. I'm not doing well.
Have you joined the gym now?
I have got a free right here, a free pass for the gym there. So I'm going to
Weightlifting with Andrew next.
Tomorrow.
Yeah,
Weightlifting with Andrew.
Yeah, weightlifting, yeah.
With Andrew.
I'll wait till he drops one on his foot.
Yeah, I have done that before. It's pretty painful. Don't do that, folks. Top tip.
A lot of danger in the gym, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could well die after my first appearance there, to be fair.
Wow. I have to see it to believe it.
But yeah, that's it. It's a new me, gym.
Okay.
No drinking.
Sounds good.
I can't promise we're going to eat healthily because that's just too much of an effort. But yeah.
What about Manchester? Will you be drinking then?
Pardon?
Will you be drinking in Manchester?
Oh, I'll be well off this craze by then. But
Just passing fad phases.
it's only going to be a week or two before I've had enough, I'm sure. But
Right, so I thought I'd show some other things because Peter's got a bit of a speciality in his bowling balls.
Oh, yeah.
And I picked up 3 sets. Well, I bought 2 at the car boot sale and 1 at the auction. And I sent Peter some photos earlier. So
Yeah, I've done my research and
on the basis that I know nothing about
put it all here.
balls, I thought he's the man to go to.
Indeed.
So yeah, this is one I picked up. This Sterling Slimline.
Sterling, yeah.
Do you know anything about that?
Yeah, it's a nice indoor bowl for the Sterling set. What size did you say it was?
It says OHM.
Zero heavy. Yes, zero heavy. It's quite a small bowl because I use a zero heavy.
So is that
it's quite small. They go from 0 to size 6, I think, or it might be a little bit higher. But what on my knowledge, you should, for a good set, the ones you sent me the pictures, you're looking just for the 4 set of bowls. You're looking between around £50 to £65 for your set.
That's good.
Oh no, because obviously the ones you sent me, obviously they're not pristine, so you're looking for around about £60, and then obviously you've got your postage costs and stuff, and check out all your postage because they're quite heavy.
So they're called Zero Heavy. Is that what that? OHM?
Yeah, 0H means heavy. Yeah, and so they're quite a small one, but they feel heavy.
Peter's saying that your balls are hard, Derek.
Oh, there we go. Demonetizing it already. And so you're looking around £60.
Demonetized yet? He's not even got 15. He hasn't even got 500 block hours yet.
Oh.
And I got these ones as well. These are Australian made.
Yeah, the Australian. What brand did you say they were?
Is that the Henselite?
Oh, Henselite ones, yeah. Henselite, 5 heavy,
Yeah,
ABC 3000. Yeah, they're quite an old brand because obviously 2000 mates of the year they were made. So Henselite's an Australian brand of bowl. From my knowledge, you're probably looking for the 4. You could probably average out £40 for that lot, but if you want to clean them up, best to try and be careful and take all the little stickers off in the middle, give them a rub round and that sort of thing. So you're probably looking around 40 to 50 on that set.
I guess these stickers are just from like the club.
From the clubs they play it. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So if you can get them off gently,
I've got a little
without scratching, and then you bump it up a little bit on the price.
Leather bag as well. It comes.
We've got a leather bag. Now that's going to bump it up quite a bit. Is a leather bag got a make?
No, it's a leather one, and it's got like.
That's leather.
So
you probably pushed the price up about at least another 15-20 quid, at least.
Right, okay.
Because quite a lot of people who play the bowls always look for bags and stuff because they play like outside their bowls club and different clubs. They chop and change. So you're probably looking round about £60-65, including the bag. Obviously, with your postage cost on top.
Right, that's good. The 2 of these in the bag cost me £15 a lot. That was from I got this once, also in the bag.
Oh, yeah.
And these are Henselite as well.
Right.
Championship. These look quite a lot older.
Yeah, they're what's called lawn bowls. They're outside bowls. Yeah, they're played outside. Yeah, lawn bowls.
They're different to those other ones.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they're different. Yeah, because they played differently outside. Because they normally play like artificial grass.
Just chuck them in the air and see where they end up.
Well, might go through.
They'd smash
they play outside.
Been banned from at least.
Pretty much what you do outdoors. You have to chuck it really heavily. And what I could see, you're probably just the bowls around £25-30, but as you got the bag, you bump it up another £15. So you're probably looking at around 45, possibly even 50 if you want to push it. That's not with postage on top. So obviously, it's quite heavy. So I sold my ones for like over 100, and they went to Scottish Highlands. So I had to double check what postage, because I think they cost more than £8 to post, because I had a big bag. Highlands. So just be careful on how much postage.
Yeah.
Will you be shipping them GSP or?
Yeah, I will do.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah,
GSP if I can.
Yeah, they're a good one. Yeah, the bags are what make the actual sets up. Because
all right, okay.
I want to know now if Richard has got any balls he wants to show us.
Oh God. Not yet. Yeah, you have to wait for drinking with tea with Andrew for that.
It's got to have
they're very good with the bag. Normally you could push up at least an extra £15 to £20, depending on the brand on the bag. Because my one that I sold, I
don't think these have got a brand on. I think they are proper bowling ones.
Yeah, the proper bowls bag. Yeah, I've seen them before. Yeah,
stuff, but there's no brand on the bag.
It doesn't matter. You'll still get at least another £15 on top, at least.
Right.
Because that's what people like, because they go from different clubs to clubs and playing matches and stuff. And so they're always carrying with the bags, or even if you see the trolley bags, always pick them up, because they could be worth up to about £45-50 if you get a good one with a good brand on it and it's all cleaned up. You just take all the stickers off,
right?
And then clean them up a little bit, and then you'd be well away, because they won't. Because I've got a set on Henselite. I think at the moment they've got quite a lot of views, and people ask me questions all the time. Just be aware, you're gonna get some strange questions on them. On these bowls. If you need any help with that, I'll be here. Just message me. It's strange because Like, for example, do these work on indoor, outdoor, the usuals? What size is it? I can't remember because some of those are quite old, like over 20, especially the ones that are be Henselite, AB 2000 ones. They're over 20, so but they're still worth picking up.
Yeah, as I say, they cost me 15 for the pair of those, and the
That's right though, yeah.
first ones came from the auction. I think there were 5.
Oh, lovely, yeah. Just clean them up a bit and then just
commission or something.
yeah, shine them up and you'll be all right. Shouldn't take long to sell.
Cool. I'll give them a go then.
Yeah, definitely.
My aim is to get all this listed this week. Now I've got it all out.
Yeah, might as well.
Get it. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do every time I go to the car boot sale now is list it.
Yeah.
A few days after the boot sale before I go to the next one, get everything listed.
I've got Henselite size 5 classic 2 deluxe bowls with Drex Pride bag. Here's the bag. There's the big bag. I'll just put it. It's not. It's okay for a bag. It's got a few nicks here and there.
Yeah.
Bowls are in there down the bottom.
Yeah, that's.
But you can get bags that have on the bottom and on the top with the zips. Also, if you look out for like these type, you get these measures. The yellow measure, if it likes to focus, it's a Drake's Pride, I think, measure. They go up to about 15-20 quid for a good one. But that wasn't a great one. But with the 2 sticky out bits, if you can see, they use them at the bottom. If they use them, if a bowl is quite near another bowl and you don't want to touch it, you just use those sticky out bit tong bits, and then you won't knock it over. Because if you try and measure it, you probably knock it over. But they're quite worth picking up. This set I picked up for £15 in a charity shop. So I've listed at 108, but I've had many messages and offers and stuff.
Yeah, I think I saw that out one of your hauls. I think one of your hauls.
Yeah, something like that, yeah. So yeah, it's always worth picking up the bowls.
Great. Cheers, Peter.
Anytime. What questions we got?
I don't want to run too late because I know Laney's on next, isn't she?
Oh yes, that's right.
So we'll call it a night in a second. I don't think there's any other questions.
Yeah, Chris Tyler's got a question. What do I use to clean the bowls? Just normally, you have to be very careful what you use to clean them. You don't want to take off the not paint, but take the shine off. Basically, it's just normally if you take all the stickers off in the middle, just clean it over with a bit of water and shine them over, and that's really all you need, because you don't want to be using like fairy liquid or anything like that. You'll just have bits that are off, coming off. So you just want to use a decent cloth, a clean cloth, and just a bit of water. Just shine it over, and then get a clean towel and wipe it. Leave it for a couple of minutes, and then done. And then just photograph it. Yeah,
cool. Great. Well, it's 2 minutes to 9, so I'm really conscious. I don't want to go over
cool, dude. Yeah, that's cool.
Hour and go on to Laney's turf, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, thanks for all for jumping on. And
I'm
thanks.
always ready to jump on anything, Derek. You know that.
Yeah, I thought you were. I've brought you back to YouTube. Is that the?
I'm only here to announce that Drinking with Andrew will be drinking tea with Andrew while I'm on my health kick.
Oh. Also try and jump in and say hello. Yeah, so thanks for joining, and thank you everybody in the chat for joining my first proper live. I hope to go live again in the near future. I'm not sure if I'm going to make this a weekly thing not. But
Well, you've set the trend now. This is it. Tuesdays with Tat Peddler is a thing now.
Yeah, you committed to a day.
You may as well go live.
I'll see how it goes. I'm always
Fair
find myself quite busy and stuff, so it's quite hard to find the spare time. But I'll try and go live a bit more often. And
Yeah, that's cool.
yeah, so please hit that thumbs up and subscribe if you're watching this back. And thanks everybody for joining.
Bye, folks.
I'll
See you
see
later.
you
Take care.
soon. Goodbye.